Hi guys, Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and today we are going to do some nice pink and green nails. So I have done the quick nail prep and we have dehydrated with the blue scrub file the tips, and now I'm just applying an extra nail prep following the universal air bond, and then we can do a gel application on those nails, shaping and those cool designs. I cannot actually wait to see it. Because this is a color combination I love together, like a nice green with a pink. So I'm just applying universal air bond everywhere. Make sure you do not apply your nail prep products on the tip, just on the natural nail. And the universal air bond acts like a base gel. We're going to use a milky pink because I think for this color combination it will look great. So first of all, we want to do it nice and thin layer through the entire nail, like kind of rub it really nice and thinly everywhere, like around the edges of the tips, everywhere. You can see I'm capping, so with this movement I'm capping my free edge on the side and the free edge on the other side. And this thin layer also, first of all, it prevents the heat spike because there is only a tiny bit of the product on the nails, and that will prevent the heat spike on the client's nails, and also it will give you a better adhesion of the product to the natural nail and side. So let's cook them. You give them a full cure of 60 seconds and then do exactly the same on the other hand. So you've got 60 seconds to apply your product on the other hand. Go on the sides. Again and here. Your thumbs actually grow up bigger slightly. Yeah, isn't it? They look much better. Awesome, change. Okay, then we need to build up the structure. So again, nice and thin layer. Make sure you do apply your product at the cuticle and on the sides. So this thickness of the product will be just perfect around your cuticle and at the side. Now, because it's a morning time, I can still probably do couple nails. You always have to feel your product and see how far you can go. I will risk 3 nails. I wanted to show you the full application of the full set just so you can guys see it. Pick up a scoop of the product. Now, because we've got to do 2 more nails, I'm just placing it as almost like a reverse French manicure, right in the middle only. And then do it the same in here, a reverse French-ish, right in the middle only. Because by the time we do finish our middle finger, the product on the other 2 nails will just run into the right place. So this ones I need to touch up the middle finger, and look what's happened with those 2 nails. They are just nice change. Now, because I have placed quite a lot of product on that 3 nails, I would ask my clients to pull the hand out for 1 second and then put it back in to prevent any heat spike. Do not let your clients struggle with the heat. You always want to slow down those curing process if they feel it hot. Okay, now because I want my right hand to be ready for a filing before my left hand, I'm just doing the 1 nail on this hand, so I can do it work nice and slowly. I've got less filing than on this hand. Usually I do it this hand a bit nicer. You can see it, the shape-wise change. And the other one I kind of speed it up because I want to cook it as soon as possible. Do it on this nail. Now on the thumb, because I like to cook it at the same time without asking clients to put the thumbs separately, I would straight away place another thin layer of the product. This is kind of way I like to work on the client's nails. So I will have to put less later on. Then build up, relax a bit. Thanks. I've got my thumb sore again. So build up the apex, change. And then I've got again time to do one nail in here. You can see some white spots on Fiona's nails, like obviously she had a set of the nails before that, we just remove it. She's a client of mine, oh gosh, for the last 12 years-ish. Yeah, and she carry on all the time, like there is no break needed in between the appointments, and her nails actually never been better. Her natural nails looks awesome. Change. But it's the same with my nails. My nails never have been as looking nice and strong like since I start doing the extensions on them. It's just a proper removal so you don't damage natural nails. I mean, Fiona is quite heavy-handed client. She is really heavy-handed client. But still, even with there are some breakage sometimes happening. Actually, you didn't break this time. No breakage this time. Yeah, well done you. Even with those kind of single breakages, her nail still looks much better. Now I'm building up the apex in here. Try to don't place as much product on that side, because when my client put the hand in, the product will run in there. Change. Because I usually just tell them slap the entire hand in, so I have to place my product on that side of the thumb, so when it's cooking it's going to run into that place. Okay, because normally you would ask the clients to put it separately, I just do it all over. Now my right hand is curing and is needing a 60 seconds cure. So in that time, now I can do 2 nails on here. I'm using a 1 lamp, and quite often people ask me, why don't you use 2 lamps? Like, it wouldn't speed up my work much really using 2 lamps, because I still need those cooking time, and I don't know, this solution works just perfect for me. So I'm building up the apex on the pinky, and I have to watch it because Fiona's pinky is running to the one side. Same actually the middle finger on the other hand. I have just noticed it now. I should have placed the product a little bit more to the one side. Oh, flooding cuticles. So let me, oh, it disappeared on its own. Okay, then this one slide on top just to freeze it. Bottom hand cooks in. Watch the fan. So I'm just freezing my apex on the other hand, and then I will be able to do the thumb, and then this time we can swap it and file it. I wanted to don't stop the video so you can guys see it in real time how I do it. I take the top hand, the bottom one nicely in. Perfect. So it's a time for a thumb now. Again, thin layer. I didn't have to place 2 layers in here because this thumb usually is funny. I do it on its own and I would place it straight. It's just, I don't know, through the years, I find that this is the fastest way of doing the set of the nails. It saves me so much time working that way. Okay, so just slap the thumb on the side, and then I take your right hand. So I've got time to close my products, and now we can shave those nails. I will show you, so the gel application I wanted to show you on the entire hand, just so you could guys see it, kind of my technique. And now they are ready, so we can just remove the inhibition layer. I always bend the wipe to try to avoid it, like as much of the product on the skin. And I will show you maybe on those 3 nails the shaping technique. So always when shaping, your side walls needs to be parallel to each other. Maybe I get it right. And then once you've got that, file into nice coffin shape. All-handed. File around the cuticle area. And after I have done the entire edges, I can almost leave this nail and do the rest with the buffer. Same on this one, so straighten it up, straighten it up. This file is also so nice, I can kind of almost file on the skin because we had to remove the previous set, so the file isn't sharp anymore. Okay, get those nice coffin shape. And then blend everything around the cuticle area. And you can see it, that this nail starts to looking nice as well. The rest can be done with the buffer. On this one I had the product run a little bit on that side, so first of all get the sweet point with the straight walls, and I can see it, I've got bulk in here because my file didn't scratch this place, it did file that place, so I'm just filing a little bit more. Okay, get it coffin shape. Okay, go back where we were. So get this one nicely sorted. Remove this bulkage here from that side. Blend around the cuticle area. File the free edge so it's nice and thin, smooth it all out. And we've got the next nail ready. I'm going to quickly buff them, so we are going to use the white buffer first. White buffer is always very sharp, just all over. And then gray buffer. So I'm always removing any sharp edges. And then we are going to clean it with the gray buffer. Blend all this cuticle area. And we've got one nail ready. Same on this one. Next one ready. And then the third one. After I have done all my filing, I'm going to search the nail fold area, and if it's necessary, I might trim anything what is sticking out from the nail fold, or I might go even with the cuticle width, so depending how the things looks, just to make them nice and neat. I'm always doing the cuticle removal from the nail plate, like I never apply the product on the cuticle which might be on the nail plate, but I leave cleaning of the nail fold, so that's the stuff which isn't on the nail, after I have finished the filing. Like I find it is much better option. We don't want the products to enter like those delicate nail folds which might be irritated due to the skin removal. Fantastic. So next step is blue scrub to clean it any particles of the dust, and it's also like I don't know, just makes the surface of the nail nicer and more ready for a painting. remove any kind of imperfections with it. And then I'm going to do exactly the same process on the rest of the nails and then come back to you with the design. They actually look so yummy, watermelon ombre, and that's what I will show you as a design. I think it's super cool for a summer, and I love this green and pink together. So I'm just cleaning the nails with the blue scrub, and then we are going to use the color combination of 238, which is bright pink, green 241, and some yellow sunny side up 240. So to achieve that ombre, we need to paint the pink around the cuticle area. Go nice and close to the cuticle. I think you want to kind of paint it pretty neat, and then do the same on the other nail. So nice and neat. Clean up any mess. Green, and then yellow in the middle. To be honest, I would love them like just pink and green, but my client didn't want that middle part, so we had to bring the yellow in. And I've got piece of sponge cut nice and clean on the back of the form. You have seen me guys using this ombre technique before. Try to keep those sides like as clean as possible, then you kind of messing up less on the client nail folds. And with this side, so my brush is at the angle, the sponge is at the angle first, touching up the sides first. Okay, so this way I can kind of go nice and neat, and then just dab it in to create the ombre. As you can see it, my sponge has drinking up quite a lot of product there, but that's not a big deal because we are going to use this acrylic powder trick, which makes the things and life easier. I also like to use, you know, those eyelashes brushes. So if I've got any cleanup to do it, to be honest, I think it's faster to do a cleanup afterwards in case I touch something, rather than trying to put some tape or any other thing. So I'm just doing a little bit of the cleanup here and a bit of cleanup there. I actually still don't like this place here. There must be a dust particle or something. So clean it up. And then I'm just going to go straight away with the sponge. Save me picking up the brush. So go with the sponge. It's fine, they cooked. I need you nice and steady. Then acrylic powder. So we are going to sprinkle that with some acrylic powder, which will prevent the absorption of the product by the sponge. That looks so cool as well, like a milky one. Cook it in. And we are going to do it the same in here. If it's, oh no. Okay, another disasters. Recent one, like I had done some recording, we had the clients touch it as well. So I will show you how to fix it, guys. Again, I love when the things happen on the videos, because they do happen in the real life. They do. You know, like, the video cannot be perfect because it would be a lie. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, you do a nice design, then you smudge it. You get the client doing a free art. Sometimes a wee fly touch, like, I don't know, gets stuck in the nail art, or a piece of dust, or, you know, all sort of different things happens. Okay, I got my client nice and steady. Almost. Don't move. Don't. Okay, dab it in. Do those edges. clean up again. And then sprinkle with the acrylic. And change. I'm not bothered about this middle finger yet. Here we are going to remove the excess of the acrylic and then just repeat our process. I mean, it looks awesome just the way it is. You could just leave it, depending how strongly pigmented you want it. Now you can see it, I'm not as fussy how I apply it around the cuticle area because we have tried to get it as neat as possible on the first round. And same, I'm not fussy how I'm applying the other colors. Picking up my sponge, and then we're going to do round 2. Because I've got the product on my sponge and the acrylic helps me, look how pigmented the second layer is. I also love to use, guys, the tweezer, because then I'm not playing with the product and a sponge with my hands. And do the next one. Okay, don't worry about the light because I need you nice and steady now. Okay, touch up this side, touch up this side. So without of touching, there we are, that was a nice one. Perfect blending on this one, I love it. I really love this design. I want it on my nails so badly. Clean it up, change. Okay, repeat. So remove this. And since we've got those kind of matte surface, I'm going to straight away sort out this nail. So we take a buffer and we buff those places where the top coat has been touched, just to blend it. Don't worry if you overfile the ombre. It shouldn't happen because we've got those top coat, but if it would happen, you would just take a sponge. You even don't have to apply any product. You just take a sponge and dab it in. So if it does happen to you, you know how to fix it. Smooth out the nail, and we've got just the same situation like in here. Slap it in, slap it in. I actually love them just on a one layer as well. Yes, nice. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to paint watermelon seeds inside for for Fiona. That would be well too much for her. But they do really remind me of the watermelons. Okay, then dab it in. Perfect one. I even didn't mess it up, at least on one. Normally I don't mess it up with the nail folds. And ta-da! Second one, not mess it up. I didn't finish it yet, and then I'm and then with the product I've got left over, I'm just touching up this place. I don't want to bring it anymore because then it will be much more pigmented than the other one. So you can see it, we've got nice match. Change. Checking a final look. If I want to do any more blending on those ones, yeah, maybe more green. And change. They are ready for a top coat. So you can see those kind of ombre, even if it's at 3 colors, with the help of the acrylics, is much faster. I'm just applying a high shine no wipe top gel through the entire set, and what is happening is like it's almost like blending the colors even further. I love it, the look of it after the top coat. They would look absolutely unbelievably amazing and matte as well. I'm not fan of the matte, like I prefer it the shiny version, especially on the clients. Like the high shine no wipe top coat is an hard top coat, and the hard top coats are not soakable, so you kind of not soak the hard top coat, which mean they are not having any pores, and this is always making your top coat last longer. And that's why also I do personally prefer the products which we cannot soak off, because they are having no pores, and they tend to last better, like the chemicals do not enter through them, or the things which people use in the house to clean it. So that's the other ones done. Change. Yeah, she's summer ready. No need to book just a holiday. Top coating the other one. There is probably no holidays for me and Patrick this year, because we have to move the salon. So soon we should receive the keys. I think we will do some maybe live video for you guys as well, just to keep you updated how the things looks. And happy with this one, happy with this one. Change. So yeah, I can show you the final results. I'm gonna clean this hand, because I always don't clean the client's hands during the recording, and the things look so messy when they are not clean, you know, like when you clean the hand, things look so much prettier. So we should nicely clean it, get the clients to wash the hands, and then apply the cuticle oil. But at least you can see it, what we have created today. So beautiful ombre. I'm sending you huge glittery hugs, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye.